This fucking team has me so fucking stressed out that I'm growing a shoehorn on my head. I haven't taken a razor to my head in a number of days, and this is what they did to me tonight. Oh my goodness, this fucking team. The most exhausting experience in professional sports. You know, I take that back. The New York Yankees are doing some shit right now that have me really, really on edge. So I got the Yankees who have completely imploded, getting spanked by the Mets. And now I get to watch this dog shit from the consistently most inconsistent team on the planet. They fooled y'all. They fooled y'all. I knew tonight was gonna be a problem. I knew tonight was gonna be a problem. You want to know how fast you knew tonight was gonna be a problem? First, you knew it'd be a problem. You knew it was gonna be a problem because they seem to make every bad team look good. And you knew it'd be a problem in the first 5 minutes because they couldn't make a stop. Or more so, the Sparks just didn't miss every shot they took. I know people wanted to jump on this narrative that the team looked better playing good defense. Y'all watched the same game we were watching, right? That wasn't good defense. That was bad offense. That was the Minnesota Lynx not making a shot. That was the Las Vegas Aces not making a shot. They did nothing defensively that was all that impressive. You had two teams that were shooting bricks. They won a game scoring 74 points over the Minnesota Lynx. If they score 74 points against the Minnesota Lynx in 100 games, they're losing 99 of those games. They were literally held to the average that the Lynx hold teams to 74 points. The Lynx average 86 points a game. They didn't make shots. Indy didn't do anything special. Go look at the damn Aces game. The Aces. They average, come on. They were shot 26%. You thought that was defense? Guess what? You got the real Indiana fever right now tonight, once again. You got the fever that it just becomes a joke. 49% shooting from the Sparks, an 89-87 loss on your home floor. Again, you led by 8 points with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the lead disappeared in 4 minutes to where you only blew the lead. You were trailing going into the fourth quarter. Sophie Cunningham has been useless. You brought that up. Hey, Sophie Cunningham's done nothing. Are you shocked that they lost? This team is consistently inconsistent. They can't make stops. Kelsey Mitchell gets proclaimed the point guard by Carolyn Peck and proceeds to have a 0 assist game. 0 assists. You knew in the first quarter this game was going to be a problem. I knew before the game, but you knew in the first quarter the way it looked, it was going to be a problem tonight. The turnovers between the teams, not crazy. 9 and 7, that's not bad. Fever shot 49%. They didn't shoot the ball poorly. They got 21 from Howard, 23 from Boston, 19 from Mitchell. Trying to figure out why Mitchell was sitting in the fourth quarter. Maybe someone can explain that brilliant decision to me. Kelsey Mitchell sat in the fourth quarter until the 6:33 mark. So she sat for 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Your leading scorer, your best scorer, sits for 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. You sat her for 3.5 minutes. Let's look at what Kelsey Mitchell did after she came back in the game. She made a 3. She made a 2. She had 5 points. So she had 5 of her 19 in the last 6 minutes of the game. How many shots did she miss though? I don't even remember, to be honest. She missed there. I just wouldn't have sat her. She wouldn't be sitting. You're in a tight game. She missed there. That's 2 of 4. She was 2 of 4. She was 2 of 4 the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the game. Again, why is she sitting? Why are you sitting? Why is somebody sitting? Why are you sitting? You're leading your best score. Final 6 minutes for 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. By the way, folks, welcome aboard. Appreciate y'all jumping on. Let me hit some names. Paul, Jordan, Lester, David, ATK, Donnie, Hosehead, MH, Retro, Duke, Steve, Palmer. Let's see what other name. VVS, Mike, Baltimore Ravens #1. Smitty Satu, Extra P, Seda Byrne, JC, Kenneth Williams, Nick Taylor. You suck my dick, Nick. You want to jump on and shoot the shit? Did you watch the game? If you watched the game, I'll send you a link. If you didn't, you can stay in the damn chat. Robert, One-Eyed Willie. Let's see who else's name is here. JS, Shep, MJL, Hanging Jesters. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell had 0 assists. 0 assists. I mean, you get one by accident, dude. You get one by accident. NVIDIA, Sunburst Sounds, Element Gold, Black Beauty. Oh, God. Can we. Wait, they try to give the Fever the. Bad Phil, PB Shake Gains, Rib Tip. Appreciate Ronald Klein, Dave, Sin Hamburger, Marlon Hill. Dude, Tina Hay, John S. Ayers, Gualberto. Oh my God. Folks, this team is so inconsistent. It's just painful to watch. I just wasted a Saturday night here watching this dog shit. I wanted to go get a pizza, and I'm holding off on my pizza now because I want to talk to y'all and have a good time. This team right here is a headache and a half to watch. It is. Carolyn Peck says that this team is better without Caitlin Clark. Can you repeat that again, Carolyn Peck? They've now lost to the Los Angeles Sparks on their home court without Caitlin Clark. Sparks are not a very good team. Not a very good team. And they're getting healthy, but you have an 8-point lead on your home floor. You have the lead on your home floor. You have a 4-point lead on your home floor with 3:43 to go. I mean, how many? They had the lead. They just gave the shit away. Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull. I'm gonna piss a lot. The couch. Couch situation. They came today, 2 hours late again. Didn't even try to put the damn couch in here. Said it was too big. These two dudes didn't even try today. I had to go back to City Furniture and order a brand new couch, a completely different couch. I'm just disgusted. But it's being delivered tomorrow by a separate company, not the City Furniture idiots. So I'll have a couch tomorrow. Yeah, it's a little irritating watching a game on that little ass chair right there. That little ass chair. Lexi Hull. Did you start playing basketball last week? Did you just learn to play basketball? I know so many in here love you so much. That's my kids. That was my kids' chair when they were like 6, and I still have it. As you see, I have another chair. I can't fit in that chair over there. That's the baby's chair. Lexi Hull, you can turn off the shit about Lexi, all the hard fouls that weren't called. Lexi Hull, you do not flop with a minute to go, a foot from the fucking rim. You do not flop with a minute to go, a foot from the fucking rim. She absolutely fucking flopped, and she thought she could get away with it. You do not flop up 1 point with a minute to go, a foot from the fucking rim. This is common sense. You gotta hold your fucking position. Hold your position. Stop flopping. God almighty. Folks, that was a flop. That was everything that's a problem with basketball today is dog shit defense like that. Do not tell me that wasn't a flop. You're a foot from the rim. They could have called her for a block based on that dumb shit. In fact, if you want to be completely honest, do not flop. You play freaking defense. This dumbass fucking flops gives about a layup. I mean, sweet baby Jesus. She was damn near under the rim when she flopped. I mean, come on. It was a layup. You don't flop there. Fuck Lexi Ho, that dumb shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm not taking it easy on crap. Kelsey Mitchell misses a fucking layup with about a minute to go. Let's see. We could I could give it to them all. Kelsey Mitchell, 112 left. They're down. They're up a point. She misses a fucking layup. Guess what? After that, that's when Rickea Jackson gets her 2-foot layup over Lexi Hull. And let's go down the court. And Aaliyah Boston misses a layup. Y'all broads can't make no fucking layups. It's embarrassing. But Lexi Hull, you flop. You flop a lot. You flop a lot. And you're useless on offense. Don't tell me about her fucking shooting. 2 of 4. 2 of 4. What kind of shooter is that? 2 of 4. Man, shoot the goddamn ball. Scared to death of your own fucking shadow. Scared to death of your shadow. 1 for 2 from 3. I saw the one she made. I saw the one she missed. Both shots wide open. I don't have to be playing to know what a goddamn flop is, my guy. It was a flop. I said what I said about Lexi Hull before. I said it on Thursday. I said she needs to shoot the goddamn ball more. Shoot the fucking... What is 2 for 4 doing for me? She's being dominated in her matchups. Who do you think Lexi Hull's defending? Rickea Jackson had 15. She had 5. And the actual worst plus minus on the team today was Lexi Hull, minus 13. Lexi Hull's petrified to shoot the ball unless she's wide the fuck open, and y'all forgive that shit and say she's a great shooter. No, shooters shoot no matter what. She played 22 minutes today, so she had her minutes limited as well. I wonder if Stephanie White doesn't like something. I don't know. She got dusted in her matchup with Rickea Jackson. Dusted. She flopped. She gave up the game right there. And then she freaking grabs the rebound on the damn miss. And then what in the hell that shit? We had like 8 seconds left. I'm giving my opinion. This is my opinion. This is my show. This is my show. I give my opinion. You want to hear it? Great. You don't? I don't give a shit. Y'all ride for Lexi Hull in her 5-point games. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Like what are you? Come on, people. Goodness gracious. She misses layups like, hell, she learned to miss layups like Angel Reese. Angel Reese might be making them more than she is right now. What that shot was that she took at the end, I'm like, oh my word. Kick it back out. Kick it back out. I'm sorry. I would say dribble it back out, but she's afraid to dribble too. Lexi Hill's afraid to dribble. She's afraid to shoot. She flops in the most ridiculous time, but y'all love her. You swear by her because she's friends with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, yeah. Carolyn Peck says you can't. Indiana's better without her. Yeah, we just found out again what the problem is. Hey, I love Aari McDonald. I love Aari McDonald. She can't shoot, dude. She shouldn't shoot threes. She's 2 for 9 from the field. She had 8 assists. I like her. I really do, but I don't need her taking 9 shots in a game. I don't want her taking 9 shots in a game. I thought Michaela Timpson did a good job in her minutes. Thought she should have played more. Sydney Colson. She played all right in the time that she was in there. Cunningham has been useless. Been useless. Aaliyah Boston's 9 of 17, but I venture to count how many of those 8 shots were within 3 feet of the rim. I haven't done it yet. I may have to rewatch the game before tomorrow so I can actually get a better idea of how she played. Because, yeah, you can't. I mean, 9 of 17 and literally almost every shot you take is within 4 feet of the rim. That's too many misses to me. Too many. It's just too many misses. Natasha Howard. I know people are gonna give her shit for her turnovers. She was 8 of 11, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Boston was 23 of 12 and 4, 2 blocks. Mitchell, 19 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals. Like 19 and everything was 0. 19 and a bunch of zeros. And Carolyn Peck told us she was a point guard too. Ball hits Kelsey Mitchell's hands. It's fucking never coming back. I don't care about the blocks. I'm just saying she's zeros across. She has 0 rebounds, 0 assists, and 0 steals. You're now 9 and 9, 5 and 5 at home. Every game is the same shit. Every game is the same shit. Dearica Hamby goes for 18, 4 and 3. Azurá Stevens 21 and 12 and 2. I don't know. How about you guard Azurá Stevens when she shoots a jump shot? She literally shoots threes. She's 3 of 7 from 3. Like, how about you actually guard her? Might be that's an idea, a thought, a novel idea. I don't know what do you think? Rickea Jackson goes 6 of 12, 15 points, 5 assists. Kelsey Plum goes 6 of 13, 20 points, 4 of 8 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Julie Aleman had 5. Their bench didn't do. Oh, I see they signed Julie Van Loo off of after she got cut. She didn't have to go very far. She went from San Francisco down to L.A. I thought I saw her on the floor. So Julie Van Loo is now also on the Sparks. I thought I saw her on there. Okay, but there was 2 white girls. They both look the same to me. Aleman and Van Loo look alike to me. I mean, so that's why I'm like, wait, wasn't that Van Loo a second ago? Man. Carolyn Peck says that that Kelsey Mitchell's a point guard with 0 fucking assists and 0 steals and like zeros across the board. She doesn't pass the ball. Then her coach sits her down for 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Stephanie White back at it again. Brilliant game plan all over again. Those 2 plays. I mean, the 2 plays at the end of the game. You got Aaliyah Boston thumping the ball, thump, 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 thump. Misses the shot. But then she has a wide open 17-footer to tie the game. I don't know what happened. I thought they called a foul on that free throw miss. Did they not call a foul? I thought they had said there was a foul, but it happened so fast. Let's see. They did not. They did not call a foul. Okay, they did not call a foul. So they're saying that was a 21-foot pull-up jump shot. She was literally standing on the freaking line at the top of the key. It was a 19-footer, wide open look, and she shot a damn near. She damn near shot a fucking air ball. Those last two play calls from Stephanie White were dog shit garbage. Dog shit garbage. This team can't hold leads at the end, man. This team has no ability to hold a lead. They were up 4. They were up 4 with 1:43 left. They didn't score again. They're up 87-83 with 1:43 to go. And then Rickea Jackson hits a layup. Who was guarding Rickea Jackson there? Probably Lexi Hull. Gets fouled by Natasha Howard, but I'm sure that was Lexi Hull's coverage assignment, not Natasha Howard's. And then she gets another bucket on Lexi Hull, and then they get the free throw from Azurá Stevens. This team is an exhausting experience. They are exhausting to watch. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but the Fever are still actually the 7 seed at the moment because they're 9-9. Yeah. 9-9. They're a 7 seed still. They've lost now twice to the LA Sparks on their home floor, no less. Twice they've lost to the LA Sparks on their home floor. Thank you, Kent. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. We can keep it real all the time. I appreciate it. I thank you as always. Yeah. Caitlin Clark has had 2 DMPs against LA, right? And they got 2 big fucking fat losses against LA, right? Oh, I'm gonna be on some fucking THC tonight. Guarantee you that. I'm gonna be on something tonight. Cause this shit's ridiculous. This shit's ridiculous. They're not a bad matchup. You don't have your best player playing. Like, I will. Okay, I'll take that back. Okay. Okay. I'll take that back. They are not a good matchup for Indiana because of the size difference. That I will agree with. There's a size issue with Stevens and Hamby, and even they're bringing in Mercedes Russell, who's a big girl off the bench. Rickea is gonna make lunch at Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham. She's just way too skilled, in my opinion. When you look at those 3 players, Rickea, Lexi, and Sophie, Rickea Jackson is a much better player. Like, and please do not argue this one. If you argue with me on this one, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry because you can't possibly look at Rickea Jackson and Lexi and Sophie and even think they're remotely close. Rickea's long, athletic, bigger than them. She's 6'2", long as hell. She's cooking them. It's cooked. It's lunch. They can't guard her, really. They can't guard her. You know, and so yeah, there's mismatches. They can't guard Kelsey Plum. I think McDonald did the best job she could. Couldn't guard Kelsey Plum. Wait, folks, wait, okay. Shit, I'm looking at the wrong box. My bad. Let me go back to the current box. You know, you got out of Lexi and Sophie 9 points, and you got 15 out of Rickea Jackson. So yeah, I do agree that there is a matchup issue in this with these 2 teams that negatively affects the Fever, especially if Caitlin Clark can't play. It's glaring because as much as we all like McDonald and we liked her energy and her excitement and her passion, she's 5'6". She's 5'6". And they don't have to guard her. She doesn't have to be guarded the same way. Like Caitlin Clark, you got to guard. She's different. We all know this. She's different. And when she's different, you got to guard her differently. She's 5'11", not to mention. She's 5'11". You got literally one rebound out of your starting guards. One total rebound from your starting guards. McDonald had one rebound. Mitchell had none. One rebound. You got 3 total rebounds from your guards. From Mitchell, McDonald, and Colson. 3 total rebounds. Caitlin Clark grabs 5-6 rebounds by herself. Welcome aboard, everybody who I haven't mentioned. I appreciate y'all jumping on board. I'm just looking at y'all comments. I mean, Rickea Jackson is a much better player than Angel Reese. Like, that's not even close. That's not even close. Rickea Jackson's a really good player. Like, so that's why I thought they'd be better this year. I'm surprised that they're not better than they are. But let's just keep it real. They've lost now twice to the Sparks without Caitlin Clark. Once by 10 in a game they led by 10 in the fourth quarter. And then tonight, a game they led by 4 with 1:43 to go and 8 in the third. And they blew it on their home court again. You know, like, Carolyn Peck, did you watch? Oh, I absolutely think Rickea Jackson is better than freaking Angel Reese. Absolutely. You think Angel Reese is a better, more skilled, better player than Rickea Jackson, Abel? Come on, dude. I'm looking at skills. I'm looking at skills. Nah, man, she's way more skilled than Angel Reese. You tripping. You are tripping. Yeah, Angel for boards, but I'm talking about skills, ability, please. You take Angel, I'll take Rickea, and I guarantee you, and you give me a one-on-one game with those two, I think Rickea Jackson cooks Angel Reese in a one-on-one game. In fact, I might do a chat GPT on that. Results? Oh, okay. You want to talk results? Okay, let's talk results. Chicago is 5-11. Those are your results. 5-11. There's your results. 5-11. 5-11. There's your results. They're 5-11. They're 5-11. 5-11. 5-11. 5-11. 5-11. Did I say it again? 5-11. Yeah, they're 5-11. Produces more results. 5-11. That's what y'all base it on, winning championships, right? You see that Angel Reese contingent's real good about that. I got the ring. Remember? That's what y'all about, right? What does that mean? They're 5-11. Those are your results right now. Second to last worst team in the league. 5-11. Sparks are trash. Yeah, they are. You're right. What does that tell you about Chicago? What does that tell you about Chicago? If the Sparks are trash and the Chicago's actually got a worse record, yeah, I know they beat the Sparks. Who gives a shit? It's a season. 5-11. Chicago lost to Indiana twice by 35 once and 27 without Caitlin Clark on the floor. What happened to those results? I mean, hey, Rickea Jackson was drafted ahead of Angel Reese because clearly the Sparks thought she was better than Angel Reese. But I mean, hey, okay. 5-11. Didn't make the playoffs last year. 5-11. Mm-hmm. Angel's having a worse year this year than she had last year. I mean, I don't even know you've been watching. I know she's been good the last few games, but she's having a worse season this year than last year. But hey, they beat the Sparks twice. They sure did. And they're still got a worse record than the Sparks. So what does that tell you about them? Sparks beat Indiana twice, and Indiana's beaten Chicago twice by 27 and 35. Hey, okay. All that was to say is that yes, the Sparks are a bit of a headache matchup because of length and size and athletic ability. Natasha Howard is not incredibly athletic, and Aaliyah Boston is not athletic. And realistically, Lexi Hull and Sophie Cunningham did absolutely nothing this year. And this game, I'm sorry, this game they did nothing this game, and they don't have their point guard. You don't have your real point guard. And do I think that there's a difference with an injured Caitlin Clark playing against him? No, I don't know what the difference would be because Caitlin Clark has been injured, and if she's hurt, I don't know. I don't know, but I can tell you this. I can tell you this. This isn't some team that's some incredibly amazing defensive team that people like Carolyn Peck all of a sudden said, "Oh, they're better without Caitlin Clark." Get the fuck out of here! Would you dare? I remember when people said that the Memphis Grizzlies were better without Ja Morant because they were like 25-2 or something like that in the regular season when he didn't play, and then in the playoffs when he got hurt and he didn't play, they couldn't beat a doormat. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, and hey, I love this comment. Yeah, you know what? Sky beat the Sparks twice, and Sparks beat Indy twice, and Indy beat the brakes off Chicago twice. What? What? I mean, hey, I guess if it makes you feel good because you beat the Sparks, but you lost to Indiana twice by 27 and 35. Natasha Howard is not a combo guard. Oh my God. No way. No way. No way. Carolyn Peck, man, said that they were better without Caitlin Clark, and she's standing on that mountain. Last year, it was she went into net PER and net this and net that and everything except for the actual results on the floor. Woo. Yeah, she's still averaging 18 and 9. Yeah, she's having a worse season than Angel. She's averaging 18 and 9 and 5. The only player in the league averaging that. Angel's averaging 12 and 12 and a half and 12 and a half, and she's still shooting 40%. She shoots from 3 feet from the rim. Oh boy. John Morant. They said they were better without John Morant, and then guess what happened in the playoffs? They got drop kicked because they were not better without John Morant. Indiana's not better without Caitlin Clark. Anyone who says that type of dumb shit needs to be committed. You can't be that ungodly fool. I'll say this: Chicago's not better without Angel Reese. They're not. If you take her off that team right now and just play without her, they don't even have rebounding now. Like, come on, man. I'm not gonna diss players. Is Minnesota better without Nafisa Collier? Fuck no. Is Vegas better without Asia? No. Is Atlanta better without Alicia Gray? No. The city, I mean, is Seattle better without Skylar Diggins? Fuck no. Is Dallas better without Paige? No. Indiana's not better without fucking Caitlin Clark. Trade Caitlin Clark. What are y'all? Shit. I mean, this ESPN narrative is so stupid. It's ridiculous. This narrative is so stupid. It's ridiculous. If you are in the room, please do hit the like button on the video. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, Minnesota beat the Golden State Valkyries 82-71. They are now 15-2 or 16-2. I'm not sure. 15 or 16? No, they got to be 16-2 because Golden State just dropped to 9-8. Yeah, you're not. I'm sorry, you're not better without the best player on your team. I mean, the The last two plays of the game, they can barely get the ball inbounded. They can barely get the ball inbounded. They can barely inbound the ball on that side court out of bounds. The New York Liberty are not better without Jonquel Jones. Shit, they're not better without Breanna Stewart. They're not better without Sabrina. That's just stupid commentary. That'd be like saying that Indiana's better without Aaliyah Boston. That's just dumb. They're not better without Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, like, that's just silliness. And this is a fucking person on ESPN saying this type of dumb shit. This ESPN stuff has gotten so out of control. I don't know how these people are still employed. Yeah, USC was better without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Would they lose once? Atlanta is a tough matchup for Indiana because they're athletic. That's one thing that Indiana's not. They're not tremendously athletic. Like, I know people love Sophie and Lexi, but those aren't tremendously athletic players. And Natasha Howard's not athletic. And even Aaliyah Boston's not really all that athletic. So you do have that issue when you deal with better athletes that they're struggling. Well, I think that they're 16-2. The Lynx are 16-2. I just saw they flipped it just now on ESPN because I knew the Valkyries were 9-7 before the loss, so now they're 9-8. Lynx are now 16-2. 5-5 on your home floor, 4-4 on the road. Hey, I do think that what the fuck? Why did I just forget her name? Why did I just forget her name? Michaela Timpson. I think she's starting to feel more comfortable. I think that's a good thing. For the duration of the season, I think that's important. Is that she is starting to feel. She looks more comfortable. She's athletic. The block shot she made on the help side defense was a great play. I really love that. I mean, it's just smart ball. She did a good job. Even for her, I'd like to see her shoot the ball more when she's on the floor. I know that she probably doesn't feel comfortable doing so, but I'd like to see her go in that direction because there are times when you're gonna have foul issues, and she's gonna have to be an offensive presence as well. So I do like the way she's playing. Dantas is still on vacation, playing in wherever in the Americup or whatever it is. Did she get hurt? I have no idea. I have no idea. Did she get hurt over there? I have no idea. No clue. Yeah, the fact that the ESPN puts people like Carolyn Peck on that screen and tells you shit like that, and the very next game they lose a home game to a bad team, it's just ridiculous. Like, how can you sit? She got hurt in the Brazil. God, if she got hurt in the Brazil game, I mean, come on, man. This is exactly why you don't let your players go do this shit. And I gotta look this up. Oh Lord. Oh yeah. It says that she was not as serious as she was able to start the second half. She's expected to play in the upcoming semifinal against Argentina. Um. Yeah, it looks like she's still gonna. Yeah, they say she's okay. She'll play against Argentina. But this is why I don't let players play in these stupid things. Like you're risking your team and your season for some country event. Like, get the fuck out of here. You're a professional league. You're a professional league. You know. No, Fever don't win clutch games. That's for sure, Ayers. They choke those games away. They choke those games away. Those are choke games. Hey, folks, for those of you who think that the Fever are better without Caitlin Clark, I would tell you this. For people that think that way, it's find out what happens to the WNBA if Caitlin Clark was to walk away from the WNBA. It's not going to happen, but let Caitlin Clark be out for a year due to injury. Let her be out for a year. No one will watch the league. Every one of us here on this chat, we're not gonna watch. Like I'm not gonna watch. If I know that Caitlin Clark can't play all year, I will not turn that shit on. Just being real. Just being real. Yeah, I did say yeah. Azurá Stevens was open for threes all night. Yeah. How about they guard her? How about they guard her? No, Dantes did get hurt today. It says that she turned her ankle and she went out of the game but came back in. So it looks like she'll be okay. But the large majority of us won't turn this shit back on if you were to tell me that. If you told me today that Caitlin Clark can't play the rest of the year, I wish y'all a great summer. I'm being real. No, I'll be here for BKFC Fight Night. I'll be doing. I dropped another interview today on BKFC, a fighter fighting for the title next week. I got an interview dropping tomorrow, one dropping Monday, and one dropping on Tuesday. The fight is next week. I'm not doing it live because I'm going to be at the fight. But yeah, no, I don't. Carolyn Peck is a moron, and it's kind of it's embarrassing at this point. It's becoming. How can you sit here with a straight face and say that one of the a first team All WNBA player that the team is better without a first team All WNBA player? I haven't even done my video on eviscerating Carolyn Peck. I'm gonna do my video to eviscerate Carolyn Peck, and I'm gonna call her every fucking beautiful name in the book. She's gonna get every one of them. She's gonna get every one of them. Oh, I'm sure Austin Kelly's drawing up the plays. Yeah, just like his wife isn't his wife Bree whatever? Isn't that his wife? I think it is, or the other lady is. Yeah, Stephanie White doesn't do anything here. But I mean, again, they don't even know how to inbound the ball. They can barely inbound the ball properly. If you think that Caitlin Clark is the first team All WNBA player, a team is better without a first team All WNBA player, you're a fucking moron, and you have no business being on television. Oh, I'm not. I don't pay for the tickets, Lester. I have media credentials. I'm credentialed to the BKFC. I'm credentialed to BKFC and Dirty Boxing with Mike Perry. So yeah, I'll be at the game. Conor McGregor will be there next week as well. There's a big press conference Thursday night. Weigh-ins are on Friday, and then the fight's on Saturday. When does Indiana play next week? Because I'll let y'all know in advance that on Thursday, if it's the game Thursday, I probably won't be here. Okay, wait. So they got Wednesday. Okay, I'll be good Wednesday. Friday, I don't know. Depends on when I get back from the weigh-in. The weigh-in's at 6, so we'll see what happens. If I can get back, if I can do the live on Friday night. Sunday, I'm good. Definitely Sunday, I will be good. So, but no, I got credentials for that. No, Paige does not move the needle. I agree with you, Jordan Kane. Paige does not move the needle, and I think Paige is having a great season right now. I think she's doing great. I think she's running away with the Rookie of the Year. She's crushing it, and I give her credit. She's crushing it. Good for her. I hope she stays healthy. That's always been the question. But again, she doesn't move the needle, and if Caitlin Clark didn't play, no one would watch this shit. We're only watching this shit because we're waiting and hoping that they'll be good enough for when Caitlin Clark gets back. Carolyn Peck, I mean, she was a good coach at Purdue. She's the last Big Ten championship, I think, in women's basketball was at Purdue. But what a fucking idiot. I did for the New York Liberty. Liberty gave me the link to the Zoom calls. Yeah, I haven't jumped on any of them yet because shit's been busy. A lot of times they play the same night as Indiana, so it makes it a little harder. Yeah. I got credentialed for the Liberty. Every Liberty game I've asked for credentials, I've gotten them for the Zoom link. For pregame and postgame, actually. So I just haven't had a chance to do it. I'm ignoring that person. I don't know. He probably got about 10 more seconds of the stupidness before I boot him. Because it's annoying. You want to be an adult in a chat, feel free, but you want to be a fucking idiot, you won't be here very long. You know. But Carolyn Peck, yeah, I'm just she's on TV saying nonsense. Like this is stupidness. Hey, have you figured out why all those people's hate Clark with such a pat? I don't know why anyone does. I think there are things that Caitlin Clark does. I'll be okay. Let's be real. I think there are things that Caitlin Clark does to annoy people. And hell, she does things that annoy me. And I think that for certain people can rub them the wrong way to the point of like I don't fuck with her. And so if that's the case, that's fine. But there's other people who just hate her just because they like the other person. They like Reese, and that's fine. But some of the stuff I'm answering a question, dude. Take a breath, hanging gestures. I'm answering a question. I'm giving you my opinion of why certain people potentially do not like her. There are players in the NBA who I do not like because they annoy me. I'm just being real. LeBron James annoys the shit out of me. I don't like LeBron James. He does shit that's fucking annoying. It's annoying. Caitlin Clark does shit that some people might think is very annoying and very entitled and certain behaviors. Incessantly complaining to referees drives you crazy. It drives me nuts. I can't stand Luka Doncic because of it, and I can't stand that Caitlin Clark does it constantly. It's irritating to me. It bugs me. Stop fucking going at referees the entirety of the game. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. So that's one thing that annoys me. That annoys me. Being real, that annoys me. Now, there's other things that other people would be annoyed by that, and it's not just racism. You can't always blame racism on everything. There's plenty of white players that I fucking don't like, and I'm not racist about it. I don't like some white. I can't stand Luka Doncic. He's annoying. He's a bitchy ass whiner. He whines about everything. Every fucking call that man whines about. Annoying as fuck. There are some that complain. Do you think that people complain more than Luka Doncic? I like Kelsey Plum. I like Kelsey Plum. I love Caitlin Clark. It's like you're asking me a question. I'm answering my opinion, what I think. I think some of the stuff that Caitlin Clark does gets tired. But a lot of people already had opinions about her because they didn't like her from college and they're Angel Reese fans and whatever. I'm like, it's like you almost need her father there to tell her to shut the fuck up, to just worry about playing ball. Yes, the entire WNBA is annoying. I agree with you, Marlon. That is the comment of the day. Yes, the entire WNBA is annoying. I agree with that. I completely agree with that. The league is annoying as fuck. I 1000% agree with that opinion. She does. She does. That's an I there you go. I think people are jealous. I think there's absolute jealousy. Oh, the fucking gather step is not a it's that's traveling. I know. It's not just traveling. Um it's jealousy. There's players that are completely jealous of her. There's no question about that. So when you have jealous people, they're gonna feel it how they feel. No, Boru, I'm not, dude. There is racism of people that don't like her because of yes, there is, and it goes the other way too. There are people that don't like Angel Reese because she's black. Real shit. Real shit. Real shit. What do you take a breath, dude? You need to take a breath. You need to take a breath with your, accusations and insinuations. I'm answering a question. You want to get on the call? You can jump on. I'll put a link and you can talk because I did not say anything. I said there are things that she does that annoys people. If you don't get that, there's things that women do that annoy people. I watch Love Island. Some of these broads are annoying as fuck, and I don't like them because they're annoying as fuck on the show. I know you don't watch that show. Not everything is racism. You don't have to like every player. Me disliking Angel Reese has zero to do with racism at all. Zero. I don't like Angel Reese. I don't like the way she behaves. I do not like how she carries herself. I don't like it. So I don't like her, period. And I admit it. And yet I still have no problem giving a woman credit when she does something good. The reality is, is that you have a media conglomerate in ESPN that is taking a shit on Caitlyn every time they fucking can. And it's exhausting to listen to. It's exhausting to listen to. It's nonstop, and it wears you out. I don't even watch First Take anymore. I used to watch First Take every single day. I used to watch First Take every single day. I can't watch it anymore. It's exhausting. Don't let me watch Drea Carter or Carolyn Peck or Monica McNutcase or even Sheeny. I mean, I don't want to listen to these idiots. I don't want to listen to them. I don't want to say 20 years. It's only, come on, ESPN's only been around for like 45. It's been unwatchable for half the time it's been in existence. I don't know about that. I hope Max does a great job in boxing. I've always enjoyed watching Max Kellerman. But I can't watch this shit anymore. I don't watch First Take. I don't watch any of those pundit shows anymore. I'm a damn pundit. I'll be the pundit. I'll watch myself. I watch my own videos 5 times just so I can see what things that I want to do better. Joy Taylor's an embarrassment on Fox. Forget that shit. That's not even a conversation. I never watch that show. Never watch that show. But you have a team right now that's, missing its damn best player, and some dummy on ESPN wants to sit here and say that they're better without her. They just lost to a team that would be otherwise, if not for these 2 losses, without Caitlin Clark to Los Angeles. It's funny. They lose to LA, beat Dallas, beat Vegas. You don't have the Minnesota game. It doesn't count. Lose to LA again. I mean, if it wasn't for freaking Indiana losing those 2 games, LA would be 4-15 right now. I appreciate that, Patrick. Molly Curran is I can't stomach Molly Curran. I don't watch Max Kellerman unless it's boxing. I have no interest in watching Max Kellerman unless it's boxing. I've never watched him for anything else other than boxing. So, when they put him on that show, I didn't think it was the greatest idea, but I mean, I watch my own videos. I mean, you have to. You have to see if there's any glitches. Hell, I've been told by viewers. I had a video a couple months back where there was no volume the entire time. And I didn't know until somebody told me. I was like, why is this video doing so poorly? Well, there's no volume. It's just me talking. And it's just, I did see that a podcaster did get I did see that a podcaster did get a credential to the All-Star game. That's awesome for her. Good for her. I didn't ask for one. Final score was 89-87 LA over Indiana. 89-87. Tim Legler's excellent, actually. Let's see here. Folks, if you haven't done so yet and you're interested, I mean, I do have a Discord channel as well. If you haven't, let me send you. If you haven't and you're interested in jumping on this Discord, I got people that have a good time chopping it up on a daily basis. Check it out if you want to. It's free. You can just jump on board the Discord and follow the Discord channel if you want to. I appreciate y'all. Try to build that community up. What's up, James? Appreciate you jumping on board. Thank you, Kent. Appreciate you. Nah, Caitlin Clark never quits. I completely agree with you on that. She never quits. Popping fireworks, MH. They've been popping fireworks since freaking Thursday over here. They've been popping. Hell, I heard fireworks on Monday of this past week. They're still popping fireworks here. Absolutely. They're not going to stop until they run out. Someone blew their hand off already. I saw that today on the news. Another person blew their hand off. Yeah, they're up 4 with a minute 43 to go, and they blew the game. Missed 2 fucking layups. Kelsey and Aaliyah missed a layup each. And yeah, that's it. That was the ball game. That was the ball game. Just trying to read some of y'all comments. I appreciate y'all being on here, of course. Our area is not better than CC. That's craziness. Anyone that says that stuff is stupid. The problem is that ESPN basically has a chokehold on the whole thing. You got ESPN, you got Fox, and Fox Sports is dog shit. That's the problem. Is that ESPN dominates everything. Like I guess if you want to go work for Fox or Fox Sports or CBS, I mean, I guess if you could, that'd be great. But you're not going to have the opportunities that you have on ESPN for sports. That's part of the problem. That's why so many of these people are doing podcasts while they're at the networks because they know that their time is going to come. There's a reason that Stephen A. Smith started a podcast. It had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with you know being fired right now. It had to do with the reality is eventually he will be fired. Eventually they will not renew his contract. Eventually they'll sit here and say, "Nah, Stephen A, you're done, and we're moving on." So this dude has got his own podcast where he spouts off on the mouth. Great, that's what he does, and he's gonna get paid for. He's got 1 million followers, subscribers already. He's probably making a fortune now on his podcast, and that's what his goal is to make a fortune on the podcast. And I mean, good for him. Good for him. So I think YouTube is a benefit to all these media people. Um, Give Plum her flowers. I like Kelsey Plum. I've always said that. She had a good game. I've always liked Kelsey Plum. She's annoying, but I like Kelsey. I like how she plays. She has to be a pest. She's 5'8", man. She gets under people's skin. I mean, that's what she's supposed to do. I mean, I think the podcast world is doing great. I just think that with the podcast world, the one thing I don't like about the podcast world is that you have to create, you almost have to create drama within the podcast to make people want to watch it. And that's the shitty thing about it. That's the one shitty part. Like, I'm never going to make a title that's not what the video's about. And I'm always going to make a video. I think there's going to be a lockout. And I'll go deeper into that if you want. I think there's going to be a lockout. Um, I just think that some of the titles on videos that people put up that are just not true, I can't stand them. And then there's the ones that are created by AI and AI bots or whatever the hell however they make them. I hate those too because they're not content. You know, I use Chat GPT at times to create titles and shit, and some of the titles they make are so bad. It's like, why even try using this? Like at times it just sucks, you know. Um, because they're supposed to be good for purposes of SEO and shit, and they're not, and they're not. So I don't like the way certain people are who they are. They can do what they want, but I don't like the idea of everything being you already know this. You already know what I'm gonna say. Everything changes everything, and everything is everything changes everything. Or this one is, you won't believe what this person said and shit like that. It's like, but then you go watch the video and you don't see none of that, and you're sitting here like, what in the world is going on here? You just did an entire video, and none of what you put in your title has got anything to do with the video. You know? Oh no, I've seen Ben's face on those videos. I've seen Rhodes. I've seen all those guys on those videos. I wish they'd put mine up there. Shit, put me in there. Let people see me as well. I don't like the videos because I think the videos are bad. Not that they exist. Is that they don't. Is that they're not good. They don't educate you. Like if I'm gonna do, I hope and pray, and it's my goal, is that every video that I produce, that you have come away with some type of information that you had no knowledge of. Or I could potentially put something in your mind, a thought that maybe you didn't think about it in that particular way, or something like that. But other than that, it's like I try to be as authentic as I'm as authentic as I possibly can be without crossing the line of who the hell knows, because I can get nastier. I just you gotta not there's certain levels that you can't cross, you know. Um, but yeah, the All-Star game is in 2 week is the week after is a week from 2 weeks from today. Um, but yeah, I just think there's certain I think that being honest and transparent and authentically, unapologetically, whatever, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, the breaking news shit is always clickbait. I think I've probably done that twice, but it actually was breaking news. Because I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put breaking news on everything because it's not breaking news. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm not gonna do that. You know, that's no fun, Ben. You're right. It's not. I mean, I'm not gonna do that. I just think that if you can walk away learning something from someone's video, that's the best video. And there's only a couple of people whose videos that I watch that when I walk away from it, I feel like I actually learned something that I didn't know. And Ben is one of them. When I watch Ben's videos, he hits on things that I am like, oh shit, like because he does a lot of a lot of good research on things, And I know there are videos of mine that he likes and he messages me about and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sorry, but if you sit here and you make a video, like I've done the press conference video, right? But I'm gonna comment about the video the entire time or at the end or give my feedback as it goes. To sit here and say, this is what was said, and then I throw up a press conference, and then at the end of the video, I say, okay, that's it. I'm done. Have a good day. What did you do? Like they can go watch that. You can go watch that shit on the Indiana Fever freaking YouTube page. You know, and I think everyone has their thing, and that's great, and I like it. But I love what Ben does. I mean, that's why Ben and I are cool because Ben was the first guy that I saw on here. He was the first guy I saw on here. And look, I understand that some people don't. I'm not their cup of tea. I'm not their cup of tea. I'm gonna be real with you. I put more effort and energy into my video production than probably most people. I look at the damn screen right now. I'm on what iteration am I on now? What this freaking web podcast used to look like. If you go back and look at the videos that we did a year and a half ago, look at that shit then and look at that now. Listen to the quality of the microphone, the camera. I've invested probably upwards of $10,000 in equipment, 10,000 in equipment for this podcast over the past year and a half. I've gone through two laptop computers. I'm on my second one. I got a much higher grade one. I've gotten multiple hard drives, mic shit everywhere. I mean, lighting the whole nine. I made the damn background look like a bar and shit like that. I tried to do everything I could to make it look different. You know what I mean? And there's only a few podcasts where I walk away and I sit here and say I learned some shit, and I appreciate learning something. Otherwise, I'm not gonna watch it. And but I curse and I'm gonna be how I am, and people don't like it. Fuck out of here. I don't care. I don't care. Like it's just a no. It is a no, So it'll be what it'll be, and just I get. I will tell you this. I mean, I will tell you this. It's very interesting the way people react to videos. I've never. It's just something that you today, or even how YouTube pushes the videos and the algorithm and all that shit. It's like my subscriber base went up, and then all of a sudden they stopped pushing my videos. So I don't know what the hell happened. I just making this background here with the fire, the all the things around it. That shit took time. I had to learn how to do it. How can you not? Ben is great, man. Come on, Trudy. I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking. Um, but I spend time on this shit. It's not just make a video in 8 minutes and post it with nothing. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, do I have short ones now and again? Sure. But I appreciate those who have been riding with me and sticking on board and enjoying the content that I produce. And I hope that you will continue to enjoy it. Let me see here. I didn't do something here. I gotta change this. Oh man, see, uh, see in my outrage of this debacle, I forgot to change the title of the video because this is no longer an instant reaction. Indiana Fever choke away another one to Los Angeles Sparks 89-87. Instant reaction. Need Caitlin. So, what is the instant reaction right now? What is the instant reaction of this game? Indiana needs Caitlin Clark on the court. Flat out. Need Caitlin Clark on the court. Flat out. Appreciate your rib tip. Thank you. I sound like a no nonsense New York Northeasterner and a Florida. I'm a Yankees fan. I mean, that's how I roll. I'm a Yankees fan. You know, I mean, I am a Yankees fan, so I do think like New Yorkers. My mom is from New York. I got a lot of half my family's from New York. There's been a lot of chokes, Gualberto. That's for damn sure. Okay, so let's talk about this CBA thing. What I was asked about. What do I think of the situation with the negotiations? I think they're going to get locked out, and I think they're going to get locked out because they're delusional. I think they have some belief in themselves that just doesn't exist. They have a belief that they are worth more than they're worth. They have convinced themselves that they are somebody who's special when the reality is nobody gave a shit about them 2 years ago. Like literally 2 years ago, I grew up to Ron Guidry there, Patrick. 2 years ago, Nafisa Collier drew 30,000 votes for the All Star game. 30,000. She just got 1.17 million votes for this All Star game. That has nothing to do with Nafisa Collier. That has nothing to do with Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson 2 years ago got 95,000 votes. A year later, she's got 600 plus thousand. This year, she had close to a million, or she broke a million. I'm not sure exactly what her count was. And yet, they're going to sit here at a negotiating table with two people that are the of founders of Unrivaled, which the WNBA allowed for some unknown reason. You allowed players to create a competing league. These players are too stupid to not understand that the expansion of the league is going to actually hurt them. They should have been screaming out loud publicly, do not expand. We don't want expansion. We don't want expansion. Have you heard a player say out loud in the past 6 months, we don't want expansion? You haven't. You hadn't heard it last year either. And now you've got 5 more teams, 2 that are coming in next year, and then 3 over the next 3 years or whatever. And you're sitting here in a negotiation while these owners are going to get hand over fist paid to make up for all their losses over the last 28. And they're going to make some bread finally. And you're not going to make $1 of it. But you're sitting there quietly saying, not saying a word about expansion. You should have been screaming about expansion, being against it. No, you're not. Yeah, the only person that said one word about it really was Sophie Cunningham. Satu said a little bit, but but yet you got Brianna Stewart and you got Nafisa Collier, who are both vice presidents or whatever, or up on the board, and they're in negotiations for a CBA, and they created a league that they're trying to leverage that against the WNBA. Like, bro, go ahead, go make your league 5-on-5. Go for it. Go make that league 5-on-5. Go for it. You don't have the players to make the league continue. You need right now 15-man rosters. You got 12-man rosters. You got teams that are playing with 9-man rosters right now. Most of these players stink. I dare you to go look up who's the 50th leading scorer in the WNBA. Let's take a look. I'm going to do it now because I'm since we're here. Let's go look at who the 50th leading scorer is in the WNBA. WNBA stats. The 50th leading scorer in the WNBA right now is Isaiah James. You want to know what Isaiah James is averaging points per game right now? Do you want to know what Isaiah James is averaging points per game right now? 8.1 points per game. Do you want to go? Let's go look across the board. Let's go look at the NBA. Let's go look at the NBA and let's see who their 50th. The 50th leading scorer in the NBA is Mikal Bridges. He averaged 17.6 points per game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I gotta go down. I gotta go down to the 173rd leading scorer in the NBA to get someone who's averaging 8.1 points per game. And in the WNBA, it's 50. It's 50. The talent level is trash. Yes, the NBA has a bigger pool of players because they're better. You think that Isaiah James will be averaging 18 points a game right now if they had 4 more teams? No. You only got like 4 players in the entire league that average only a few players in the whole league that average this. Let's go back to the WNBA stats. Points per game. The 40th leading scorer is Veronica Burton at 10.5. You've only got literally freaking 20 players that average 15 points per game or more. Okay, Ben, good point. The Aces scored 54 points. That would be the equivalent of an NBA team right now scoring 65 points. That's how bad the Aces were on Thursday. That's how bad the Aces actually were on Thursday. You would have had an NBA team scoring 65 points. Those of you who are back in the day in the 90s watching NBA basketball, even back then, you didn't have teams scoring 65 points. You might have one now and again. Yeah, Kayla Thornton is the one averaging 15 points per game. Kayla Thornton is the 20th leading scorer. And she's averaging, you only got 20 players that average 15 points a game in the WNBA. And it's Kayla Thornton. She's 20th. Chelsea Gray, Hall of Famer, blah, blah, blah. She averages 13.2. Alyssa Thomas, Hall of Famer, 14.3. Courtney Williams, starting guard for Minnesota, 12.8. I mean, these are players. Gabby Williams, 13.3. Brenna Jones, 14 points. Tina Charles is not even averaging 15 points. She's 14.9. But yeah, you'd be averaging, the Aces scored the equivalent of 65 points in an NBA game. Would you ever in your right mind watch an NBA game that had 65 points scored in it? You turn that shit off. If you watch the NBA team, that'd be the equivalent of watching these guys score like 14, 15, 16 points a quarter in an NBA game. I mean, come on. They're going to get locked out. They don't think. I don't know who you're saying can average 18 easily when you've only got 20 players in the entire league averaging 15 or more. If you want to go to 18, there's only 10 players that are averaging 18 or 11 that are in 11. The WNBA as a whole, what is the shooting percentage? It's got to be about 42%, 41%, something like that. Let me see if I can find that number. Let's see what the league shoot. WNBA league shooting percentage. Remember, they play with a smaller ball on the same size rim. They play with a smaller ball on the same size rim. Always remember that. They play with a smaller ball, same size rim. WNBA shooting percentage this year right now is 43.2%. That is the league shooting percentage. That is like 3.5% or 4% worse than the NBA. And the NBA plays with a basketball that's 1 inch bigger in diameter. Is that it? The diameter? Is that the whole circle thing? And the NBA is pure trash. I think the NBA is pure trash too, Johnny Dove. But that's the point. Pure trash is still better than this. The Aces scored 7 points in the second quarter against the Fever on Thursday. 43%. The three-point shooting in the WNBA is 33.2% as a league. The fouls are up almost a foul and a half in the WNBA this year, 18.8 from 17.2 last year. And they want more money? They want. Oh, I mean, they want more? They want more? Come on. They think they're better than they are. They think they're better than they are. You don't have. You got 3 players. Let's see. Let's go look again real quick. You've got 4 players in the league averaging 20 a game right now. 4. 4. 4. And I get it. There's an 8-minute difference. I get it. But most of them don't shoot that well. A'ja Wilson this year is shooting 44% from the field. 44%. Satou Sabally is shooting 39%. Remember when you talk about Caitlin Clark and her shooting 39%? Remember to include the other players that shoot that type of percentage. Brittany Sykes is shooting 36.8%. This is from the field, not from 3, from the field. Arike Gumbuala is shooting 36.3. Ryan Howard, 34.2. 34.2%. I know how many minutes are in a game. You're missing the point. The point is that they want the same shit the men get, Abel, Itoro. They want the same shit. Are you serious? Like, that's the whole point, is that they want the same shit. They're asking for what the NBA gets. They want a 50-50 revenue split. They want a 50-50 revenue split in a league that makes no money. Where their all-stars shoot 37% from the field. If you shoot 37% from the field in the NBA, you're not in the league. And they're going to go add 70 more of these women to a league? And these women all sat with their freaking hands under their ass and didn't say a word when the WNBA is literally sitting here telling you we're going to add more teams. We're going to add more teams? So you're taking more money from us. You're giving worse players. You're putting even more bad players in this league. And you said nothing, but now you're going to complain a little bit. You should have been screaming about it. Yes, they play more minutes. It doesn't change the fact that these players don't shoot the ball well from the field. They don't shoot the ball. 43% from the field is dog shit. It's dog shit. They're playing with a ball that's an inch smaller around. A lot of y'all ain't paying attention because a lot of these shots that hit the rim in a WNBA game, if it was a men's ball, would not go in. They would not go in. So if they played with a man's ball, that 43% would probably be like 36%. Because they have some balls that do the bouncy, bouncy bullshit. They do the bouncy, bouncy bullshit. Yeah, she shoots 39% right now because she wasn't hurt. But before she got hurt, she was shooting in the in the low to mid 40s. She got hurt. Great, Christopher Neely. You added so much here. They complain about how many games they're playing. They complain about everything. They want pregnancy provisions. Oh, you mean to avoid lawsuits? Because most of these women ain't having babies. Most of these women ain't having babies. There's only a few women that are having babies that are any good. Come on, dude. I'm not saying you shouldn't give some respect to the women that have babies and stuff, but we're creating all kinds of provisions for this shit. Okay, create your pregnancy provisions so that Becky Hammon doesn't throw your ass out again. A woman. Like, you would actually have some credibility if it was a man that did that shit. No, it was a bunch of women that tossed the Erica Hamby to the curb. How the fuck you gonna ask the league to pay for your child care? Pay for your own goddamn child care, just like regular people do. They ask, do the NBA players get freaking child care provisions to pay for their child care? Bro. I don't know what these pro athletes, man, they bump their damn heads. I listened to a podcast today with Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins and Channing Frye. Well, Richard Jefferson's literally complaining, saying that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had to turn down some money so he could keep playing with his boys. Motherfucker's gonna make $65 million a year. And they're sitting here making a bitch fest, bitching about it. Like, what in the world? Holy Lord. And you got people, and these, then like, oh, it's a free market. They should be able to make as much as they can. Okay. Create your own league, dude. Because they then compared it to Amazon and Apple. They're like, they got a free market. No, they don't. Their free market is as much as they're willing to pay. 72 million. Yeah, it was like, what, 5 years, 285? Something like that. 4 years, 285. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, no, Amazon will pay as much as they're willing to pay. It's not a free. It doesn't mean that the employee is going to go make as much money as he can in Amazon, because that doesn't mean that Amazon's going to pay him that. NBA players are completely overpaid for what they do. They're not paid for. It's embarrassing, actually. I wish they'd reverse these salaries on these guys because it's ridiculous. The league is a fucking cesspool of shit. They don't make any money, and they're sitting here complaining about what they're not, and they want more, and they want more. How about you start giving more? How about you players start giving more? How about you players not create a league, Brianna Stewart and Napheesa Collier, that you definitely did to compete against the WNBA? You absolutely created that to compete. Because I believe for sure that their dream is to make that a 5-on-5 league. Go ahead and do it. Try it. See how it works out for you. They're going to get locked out. If they don't freaking wake the fuck up, they're going to get locked out. And I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would love to see them get locked out. Please lock them out. Please lock them out. I would beg of that. I would beg of it. These women can't make free throws. They can't make, layups. They can't make free throws. Struggles to inbound the ball. Just, it's a rough game to watch. It's a rough game to watch. You don't want to be a part of it? Guess what? There'll be 150 other women that would want to be a part of it. Does it mean anyone's going to watch it? That remains to be seen. But trust, when you get locked out, you're going to the people that are going to hurt from being locked out. Shit. Who do you think's going to get hurt being locked out in the WNBA? It ain't the men. It ain't the play. It ain't the ownership. Because the lockout does not mean that the employees for the team don't go to work. The lockout means the players don't get to go to work. players need to go to work. Players don't get to go to work. The employees are still going to get their paychecks. The employees are still going to go to work every day because eventually, at some point, the players are going to have to bend the fuck over and take it in the ass and say yes, or they won't have a league. Or they won't have a league. I really think at this point, based on what I'm hearing from these players, this is going to be a lockout. It's going to be a lockout. That's my feeling. These women really believe their own shit. And it's people, "Oh, you're sexist, you're misogynist." No, I am not. This is a business decision. You know how I'm at that point where I'm like, lock them out. You notice who hasn't said a word about this stuff right now? You notice that you've not heard one word from Caitlin Clark on this shit. She's not spoken one word about this. She's not even involved. Go overseas. Go overseas. We won't miss you. Go overseas. We will not miss you. They should be begging Caitlin Clark to speak on this shit. Begging her. She hasn't said one word about this shit. They should be begging her to talk. They should be bowing down and kissing the ring and saying, "Caitlin, please, we need you to speak on this." I'm going to be real, man. Covering the WNBA is exhausting. It's a mentally exhausting experience. I've covered high school football. I've covered college football. I've covered college basketball. I've covered professional fighting. WNBA coverage is the fucking most exhausting experience in life. It's exhausting to cover this shit. There's the pettiness of these women, the pettiness of this league. It's just ridiculous. To hear an ESPN commentator get on board and say that a team is better without a first team all WNBA player. Come on, man. Like, come on now. Kiss the ring. You want me to talk? Kiss the ring. If Caitlin Clark doesn't speak for them, they're not going to get anything. These women think they're going to get. What do you think would be a reasonable percentage for revenue share, considering that you don't make profit? I'll sell you. You're getting 9%. I've read 15%. That's a raise. 15%. Yeah, go have Natasha Cloud represent you, who supports socialist fucking the socialist mayor that they've Democratic primary winner in New York City. Yeah, go support that socialist. That idiot fucking Natasha Cloud sat here and said everything should be equal. Everything should be equal. Everyone should get the same. Everyone should get the same. Really? Really? Everyone should get the same. Based on what? Breathing? Everyone should have the same. That's what socialism is. And she jumps, and she's the one representing the players. She's a fucking idiot. She's a fucking idiot. She's out of her damn mind. Okay, all right. I'll bite. I'll bite here. She's commented and said the players should get what we are worth. What are they worth? What are they worth? I know what Caitlin Clark is worth. They'll never be able to pay her a salary of which she is worth. The rest of them? What are they worth? Since you know so much, what are they worth? That was Caitlin's way of not saying shit. If you think that's a comment worth a damn that helps negotiations for a CBA, you're out of your mind. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Everyone should make $75,000. Call it a day. Hey, that's what Natasha Cloud wants. She wants everyone to be equal. That's what socialism is. She wants it to be all equal. What, does she think that equal is going to be everyone makes $1 million? No, no, no. No, no, no. That's not how this works. Okay, I know what, if you just posted that. You posted that. I read your post. What are they worth then? I'm waiting for you to tell me. You have an ability to write a comment. What are they worth? Did Caitlyn say what they're worth? No, because they ain't worth dog shit. She's worth something. They're not worth shit. They don't make her $1. She makes them money. She's made all of her teammates bread. Ben, we're going to have a fun one tomorrow, bro. We're going to have a fun one tomorrow night. Oye, Gualberto, I would love to send every one of these left wing motherfuckers to Cuba and let them find out about what equal is. Equally broke, equally in poverty, equally poor, equally destitute, equally begging, equally with nothing. I want to send every one of these fucking left wingers, spend some time in Cuba, let them find out about what socialism, and because it's the step below communism. I would love it. Let them find out about how hard it is to get a loaf of bread. When you own nothing, you have nothing. Please, I would love it. You think LeBron and Steph are the only players worth something to the NBA? Come on, man. That's preposterous. Yes, they're the face of the league, but that's just ridiculous. They're not. Come on, dude. The Indiana Fever have no players of name in on their roster, and yet they still. I mean, I know it wasn't a killer rating, but they still did 9 million viewers. It went to a game seven. I don't know the game seven, what the game seven viewership was, but I'm sure it was over 10. Come on, dude. You can't be serious. You think LeBron and Steph are the only ones worth something in the NBA? Come on, dude. Yeah, you know what? You get paid if you're shooting 26% from the field. You get paid that. I don't know that she's commented, Christopher Neely. I know you're here to be a fucking troll. I got you. I didn't know that she commented. I don't consider that a comment. I didn't post it. Someone else posted it. So guess what? I don't give a fuck. She's not helping them in negotiations because you know what? They don't help her. They've been assholes to her. I wouldn't help them either. I wouldn't help them either. Take your ass to Cuba, you motherfucking left wingers, and you find out what it is to be a socialist country. You find out about that shit, homie. Y'all motherfuckers are funny. Y'all go take your ass to Cuba, man. Live there for 6 months. Live there for 6 months. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. My father came from that fucking country. My family came from that country. You out your damn mind. You know what the fuck you're talking about, dumb motherfuckers. Go to Venezuela right now. Find out how it is like to live there. They're all fucking starving. Stupid monk motherfuckers like fucking Natasha Cloud gonna sit here and say stupid shit like loving a socialist in New York City. Yeah, everything equal. Stupid idiot. Yeah, you know what everything equal is in a CBA that means? You know what that means for your CBA, Natasha Cloud? You shouldn't have one. Collective bargaining doesn't exist in a socialist market. Collective bargaining does not collective bargaining does not exist in a socialist market. You get what you're given. That's it. You don't get to fucking talk about it. You don't get to fucking you don't get shit. I think fucking NBA players are overpaid, Toro. I think they're completely overpaid. I think we have overvalued athletes all across professional sports. You've made millionaires out of morons, bluntly. We've put value on sports that are so ridiculous that we're paying high school kids now to play high school sports. High school kids have NIL deals. We've turned college sports into a fucking mess because a bunch of self-righteous, pompous fucks think that they know better than what the reality is. You give a bunch of fucking 18 to 22-year-olds a bunch of bread, you know what they're going to do with it? Develop a coke habit, become alcoholics, gamble, all kinds of shit that they would not be doing if they fucking didn't have that type of bread. Impregnating a whole lot of women. Please. Please. NIL has been a disaster for college sports because it's now in high school sports. Absolutely. Ben, they've been gambling on little league football for 25 years. You got imbecile freaking basketball players that make $65 million a year and could not tell me what 5 plus 5 is. I think athletes across the board are disgustingly overpaid. People will say, "Oh, the owners are this, the owners are that, blah blah blah." Man, the owners had to fucking work their asses off to get what they got. I'm sure they stomped on a whole lot of people to get there, but they had to work their tails off to get to that shit. You don't become a billionaire by being dumb. Yes, there are players that are moving from state to state for NIL money in high school. High school. Like, this is the biggest problem that the WNBA players have. Is that they got a bunch of young players coming in who have more than they do as soon as they walked in the door. They're haters. They're jealous. They're jealous. People think that players should get what the owners get. I don't agree with that. That's ridiculous. I'm the owner. I own the team. I pay your check. I think the 50-50 split is insane in the NBA. Yes, there's NIL money in high school now. Absolutely. I know guys. I know guys. I know agents. I know agents. I know a bunch of agents. Yeah, there's NIL money in high school. Kids are being paid to transfer. Kids are being paid to transfer. They're moving from state to state. They're getting broken off big checks. How else do you think fucking high school kids are having they got arm sleeves of tattoos all the way to their necks? I've seen so many high school kids with tattoo sleeves from wrist to neck in South Florida. Wrist to neck. Do you have a tattoo? This shit here cost me $700. This shit here cost me $3. This here cost me about $3. This one here cost me about $3. The one on my back cost me $5. This one here cost me $150 or $200. I got these as an adult. $2,000 in ink, and I'm not even close to covering my arms. And you got high school football players and basketball players tatted from wrist to neck. Who's paying for it? Players are jealous of each other. They come in, they're making more money than the damn players. The if you own a restaurant, do workers get? I don't know, Jose. I really don't know. I don't know. LeBron had a goddamn Hummer when he was in high school. He got a Hummer off of a loan, his mother magically bought him a Hummer before he was drafted. Some bank gave him a loan based on future earnings because his mama didn't have a dollar to a pot to piss in. That shit that happened with LeBron would be okay today. It'd be legal because they basically allowed high school athletes and college athletes to dictate how business works. What the I don't have tattoos that show I'm not HIV positive. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. The Miami Hurricanes Miami Hurricanes quarterback last year. I don't know what he got paid. I think Cam Ward made like $3 to $4 million last year, something like that, like $3 or $4 million. The portal is a disaster. All this shit's a disaster, and these players in the WNBA hate the college players. They hate them. They hate them. No, back in my day, you didn't get tattoos. So, like when I was a kid, I got tattoos as I got older. I didn't have any as a kid. That's for sure. That wasn't allowed in my house. I didn't have any until I was in my 30s. They hate those college players because those college players are making more money than them right now. They make more money than them right now, and they're gonna come in and be like, They can be like Angel Reese and say, this check don't even cover my rent. While you got other players sitting there saying, this check is all I got. This is all I got. How many of these players do you think are getting endorsements, like real endorsements? How many like real endorsements? Like, would you give an endorsement to Veronica Burton? Would you give an endorsement to Veronica Burton? How about Sammy Whitcomb? How about Kitja Laksa? How about Monique Akoa Makani? Would you give them endorsements? Those are top 50 scorers in the WNBA. Top 50 scorer. Exactly who? Would you give these people endorsements? All bark, no bite. She made the video. You know what I'm talking about. If you're here to be a pain in the ass, I'll happily escort you out. If you're gonna be a pain in the ass, I don't have the energy for imbeciles. Yes, you are being one right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. She made a video where she said her monthly check did not cover her rent. And she did it as a joke. But for other players in the league, that is their check because they don't have $2 million in $2 million in freaking sponsorships and endorsements. Angel Reese made more money as a rookie than any WNBA player not named Caitlin Clark for their entire career. Angel Reese, hell, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark individually made more money than the entire league has done in any player has in their entire career, including Asia Wilson, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie. You name the player. Those two have made more money in 1 year in the WNBA based on all of their outside ventures than any player has in the entirety of their entire career. Paycheck and sponsorships, endorsement deals. I absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. And they're and the other but the other player there are players in the WNBA that hate Angel Reese too. I'm being real. There are players in the WNBA that cannot stand the sight of Angel Reese. She's making hand over fist. Good for her. Her agent does a great job. We've said that before time and time again. She's making hand over fist. But she's hated by probably a lot of the league as well. They're jealous of her also. They're jealous of her. There's no look at how do you think Asia Wilson feels right now? How do you think Asia Wilson feels right now? Jerry Berghold, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't sound shit like Mick Talks Hoops or John the Liquidator. I can promise you that. That I can promise you. I don't sound nothing like them. That's for sure. Because this video's been going on for almost 2 hours right now. Asia Wilson is sitting back looking at her jankety ass shoe that's going for sticker price on GOAT, while Caitlin Clark's shoe is going for 3 times what it went for on retail. Like, you think Asia Wilson is sitting here? Asia Wilson is jealous as shit of these players. She's literally watching Caitlin Clark's shoe. Everything Caitlin Clark touch gets sold out. She's in the league now, and she gets a shoe and makes a big thing about her shoe. And the shoes are Bam bought all her shoes. Asia Wilson's logo looked like a bra strap, a sports bra. Who's buying Asia Wilson's merch? I guarantee you that Angel Reese has sold more of those Me Bound T-shirts than Asia Wilson has sold shoes. I'm Angel Reese has a fan, has a fan group. Like, she has actual fans. She has an actual following. Nobody follows Asia Wilson. Nobody cares about Asia Wilson. Nobody cares about her. Yeah, that's why Bam is half a Bam is half a whatever, the end of that word. Bam is I'm a Heat fan. I can't stand Bam Adebayo. Makes me sick. Soft as butter. Softer than butter. I'm surprised the players weren't posting their checks from Unrivaled, honestly. But Asia Wilson is jealous of these players too. Absolutely. She can't stand what's going on. And her shoe is trash. It's bum as fuck looking, and nobody wants it. Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat center. He's Asia Wilson's boyfriend. Then Caitlin Clark pops the shoe, and it's not even really her shoe. It's just a Kobe that's blue and whatever, red and yellow, and it sells out in seconds. Bam's contract, like 55, 60 million a year. Completely overpaid. Completely overpaid. I wouldn't have bought a pair of Asia shoes if you gave me the money to buy them. I don't even know who signed this. I don't even know who signed to the Steph Curry brand. Her threes aren't as deadly, but she's exciting. She's deadly. She's the only player. I don't even know what player that is, honestly. But yeah, I oh, AZ Fudd. Oh, okay, that's cool. Good for her. Again, she's gonna come into the WNBA as a millionaire. Okay, I didn't know that. That means she's gonna come into the league as a millionaire. And that's the thing. That's what's crazy about it. Forget about that she's dating Paige. Herself, she'll come in as a millionaire. And these players are gonna hate her. They don't like these new players. They can sit here and say what they want. They hate on them like crazy. And it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse until something is done to stop this shit. But again, these players are sitting here begging for a dollar. What can the WNBA actually do to make these players say, yeah, that's fair? Because if I sat here and said, we want fair, Natasha Cloud, you want fair, right? You want everything equal, right? Well, you know what happens when everything's equal? If you lose money, you got to pay it back, right? If the league loses money, you don't take a paycheck, right? Because that's what's fair, right? Would that be fair? I've literally just did a video on Paige saying she's a rookie of the year, by the way. So, if I sit here and say, hey, you want fair? Fair is if we lose money, you don't take a paycheck. Because what happens when owners of businesses, anyone here is an owner of a business, I don't know, but if anyone here is an owner of a business, owners of businesses, when their business doesn't make money or loses money, what happens? They don't get a paycheck. I got plenty of friends who own businesses. This in itself is a business. My podcast has become a business. It's not my main source of income, but it's become a business. I got friends who started businesses who I can tell you for a fact did not take a paycheck for a year from their own business. So, like, what do we like? If you're really willing to go that route, Natasha Cloud, let's talk about it. You want fair? When the league doesn't make money, you don't get paid. Does that work for you? I did not hear White about ESPN reporter CC's role. I have not heard that. So Brianna Stewart is the player rep, but Natasha Cloud's the one that talks a lot. Natasha Cloud got a big ass mouth. She supports a socialist that just won the Democratic primary for mayor in New York City. So yeah, MH, but there are businesses that don't make profit. There are businesses that go out of business and don't make profit. So, there's people file for bankruptcy all the time. That's, um, I don't think Asia's the best player in the league, Abel. So we disagree. I think Nafisa Collier is just better than her as well. I think Nafisa Collier is better than her. So they should go send Natasha Cloud over there and hang out with the Palestinians. Asia Wilson's just not likable. Like that's part of the problem. She's bitter, man. Like she's bitter. The fact that I actually like Angel Reese more than Asia Wilson should tell you what I think of Asia Wilson. I actually like Angel Reese more than Asia Wilson because Asia Wilson just comes off so bitter. She's angry. Angel Reese plays victim now, but Asia Wilson just seems like an angry, bitter person. Just reading the rest of y'all comments because I'm about to jump off here in a minute. Peck repeated what White told her in an extended ESPN. She says it. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I think Asia Wilson's a great player. I do. I do think she's a great player. I think she's a freaking whiny ass, bitter person. That's my problem with her. I think Nafisa is better than Asia Wilson. Period. I think she's so much more skilled than Asia Wilson. I think you need to watch the game a little bit more. Asia Wilson shoots 19% from three. 19%. She's shooting 44% from the field. She might have been better a couple of years ago. She's not better than her now. She's not better than her now. Fisa College shoots 38% from three, 53% from the field, and Asia Wilson shooting 44% and 19%. And you think that Asia Wilson's better than Nafisa Collier? Come on, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Skill? Are you kidding? Not even close. Maybe Asia Wilson was better, but she's not better anymore. She ain't better anymore. Not to me. What is going on there? But anyhow, folks, I'm about to jump off here, man. I appreciate y'all jumping on board this evening. Tomorrow night, we will be doing Sunday Night Heat, myself and Ben Daniel. I do wish y'all a great night and appreciate y'all jumping on board. Of course, Indiana Fever lost this game again, 89-87 to the Los Angeles Sparks. We'll see what happens with Caitlin Clark, if she's going to be back here back on the court next game, or if they're going to continue to hold her out. I'm going to tell you right now, based on what I heard from Stephanie White today, Caitlin Clark ain't close. Caitlin Clark is not close to being back. If she shows up in the next game on Wednesday, I'm going to be shocked because the way it sounded today, she's not even working out with the team. If she's not working out with the team, she's not even close. Again, appreciate all y'all. So I hope y'all have a good night. If you haven't done so, hit the like button. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I do greatly appreciate that. I would love Aaliyah Nye in Indiana. And the half court shots and the drills. Yeah, that's not a workout. Ben, we're gonna be at it tomorrow, bro. It's gonna be fire, man. But appreciate all y'all once again. This is Rudy's rant. All right, come on now, the podcast. Come on now.